one or two that departments in the National Assembly.
Because if your colleagues in the lower chambers are buying 360 vehicles, your colleagues in the Senate are buying 109, that's about almost 500 vehicles. You think if you purchase from local manufacturers, don't you think it will affect the economy? It will have an impact positively on the local economy?
Yeah, as time goes on, I've just said something that we went for the vehicles that we chose because of one.
Well, at this rate, are you patriotic? You and your colleagues, Senator?
Yes.
By patronizing foreign-made vehicles over local ones?
I just said something here that for mass transit buses and other,
maybe a few units that you're going to buy. We're talking about
as time goes on.
Is that patriotism?
As time goes on.
You swore to be patriotic to Nigeria. Is that patriotism, Senator?
At the same time,
if you are doing this for Nigeria, for the purpose, for lawmaking of Nigerian law, for Nigerian people, and you're buying almost 500 vehicles, and you're patronizing, you're taking Nigerian money outside of this country, is that patriotism, Senator?
I've just said something, Shell, that as we develop in terms of quality and all that, we're going to patronize Nigerian.
Okay, Senator, let me ask you a question. Do you think purchasing about the 140 million worth of vehicle is not illegal?
It's not illegal. If you're saying, let me ask you. It's not. If you go to some states of the Federation before houses of assembly members are even sworn in, there are vehicles waiting for them, Prado and all that.
Or is that a reason why you lawmakers have...
So there's no law.
Do you think
there's no... Can you tell me Nigerian law?
Are you familiar with RAMFAC? So just for a moment, I've asked you whether you're aware that what you're doing is illegal or not. And you said it's illegal.
It's not illegal.
Are you operating under the RAMFAC law or not as a public officer?
There's nothing in RAMFAC law that says that.
So, are you're closer to your people? You've represented your federal constituency. You're representing your senatorial constituency right now. Is it sensitive to be spending 140 million? If I give you 140 million naira cash to take to your senatorial district, won't your people benefit from it?
Let me tell you, sure. I don't want to go personal. That same vehicle that you're talking about, before coming to the National Assembly, I have vehicle that have bigger than that.
But this is Nigerian money.
So
Nigeria does not have money at the moment. So 26 point something inflation rate, with over 34% of Nigerians unemployed, with over 134 million Nigerians multidimensionally poor. Is it sensitive that those who are supposed to represent the people go to Abuja and lavish themselves with luxury vehicle? Is that sensitive, Senator?
So are we supposed to do our oversight function trekking or going without a vehicle? If I travel to my constituency with a car now, by the time I go 3-4 times, you need Nigerian roads.
Is that not an indictment on you, those of you who are in power?
What?
Those of you who are leaders in Nigeria today, is that not an indictment? And we have bad roads in the state, in your local government, in the senatorial district. Is that not an indictment on those of you who are in power?
It's a discussion for another day. You see the level of...
Because Nigerians suffer from the inefficiency of those who are in power, Senator?
If you look at Nigerian roads all over the Federation, that we have a serious problem.
We'll find out whether or not what you are doing is illegal or what you're doing as a senator or as lawmakers in the eye of the law is right or wrong, or whether or not it's morally justified. But Section 84 of the Nigerian Constitution empowers RAMFAC to mandate or determine the salaries, allowances of public officials, including members of the National Assembly. And this is what RAMFAC, based on the last published figure of the basic salary of a senator, it says that a senator earns 2 point something million naira. Therefore, with that, A senator should be entitled to about 8.1 million naira worth of vehicle, which is about 400% of your basic salary. That is what the law on the Ramfat says, Senator. And for your colleagues in the lower chamber, their basic salary as last published was about 1.9 million. And you can draw a car loan to the extent of 7.9 million, but you can't exceed that. That is what the Ramfat law says. But if you're buying a vehicle of 140 million naira, based on this, it says something is wrong.
I'm not even, don't forget that I'm not, I didn't tell you that I don't even know the figure as I'm talking to you, because it's not my
If you're
responsibility.
buying a Land Cruiser, we've done our own research and I've given you a median of what it costs in the market right now. So we heard that the cost that National Assembly is getting is 160 million. But I've taken that figure and put it under the table. I've given you a 140 million. Prado is about 85 to 90 million naira. So let's assume that you're buying it at 140 million. No matter what the case may be, Senator, can you look Nigerians in the eye tonight and say what you are doing is sensible and appeal to the sensibilities of Nigerians who are poor? Some of them who cannot even afford a food on their table tonight. Some of them will go hungry without being able to provide for their families. Some of them who are multidimensionally poor. Dollar to a naira is about 1,250. And we have our lawmakers buying this kind of vehicle. Is that right? Is that justifiable, Senator?
Sure. Is it only Nigerian senators and House of Rep members that are using?
What does it make it right if you're not the only one? I mean, I'm not making any allegations against you, and I'm still saying that if anybody is doing something wrong, I'm sure I'm not the only one doing it. Other people are
Ask you a question, okay?
Go ahead, please.
Your MD, is it MD or the head of your this thing? What type of vehicles are you using?
I use an SUV. That's why I told you
SUV.
it's an SUV. I use a mini SUV based on the status of my role here, and that's why
didn't you buy Nigerian made vehicle?
I have my vehicle is produced here in Nigeria. Which one? I use a GAC that was coupled in Lagos.
Well, how much is it?
It's a company. It's an official vehicle.
So your company goes to buy you
official vehicle as a private organization, but you are a public officer, Senator, and that's why we are asking you tonight. He who comes with equity must come with clean hands, Senator. Nigerians are suffering. There's poverty in the land. Can you, for a moment, even jettison that idea to show Nigerians that you guys are committed to the plight of the poor people? That you cannot run government as usual. You are a member of the APC, a senior member of the APC. Can Nigerians trust the APC and the leaders of today that they really care about the people of this country?
You know, assembly, we talk at the same time.
Hello guys, welcome to Legal Connect, welcome to this space, welcome to another episode from this space. This is a space where we talk about issues that are affecting Nigeria and Nigerians, and welcome to a brand new episode. I hope you enjoyed that piece of interview courtesy of Channels Television, and I want to say a huge thank you to Seun for a job well done, that he didn't hold back but effectively challenged the Senator Sunday Karimi, who is the senator of Kogi West Senatorial District. Before I go into analyzing all what we've heard, of what we've listened to, I just want to implore you that if this is your first time of listening or watching this space, I want you to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell if you haven't hit that yet and you are already subscribed, because every now and then we do post new materials, and I want you to be part of this space. I want you to be part of what is trending on the space, and I want to implore you to leave your comments. I want you to press that like button. I want you to share as well this space so that we can grow in numbers. It baffles me that we have these people that have been in governance, that have been at the realm of power for such a long time, and you listen to them and you ask yourself, how did we end up with this type of people? This is a senator that has been at the corridor of power for the last over a decade now. He became a House of representative back in 2011, and since then he's been moving moving around the federal territory. He was a two-term House of Reps member, and now he is a senator, and he cannot even justify his position as a public servant. And I'm very, very disappointed in him to say that we've ended up with this type of senators. Why did I say so? He was asked by Shehu, why don't we patronize Nigerian manufacturers of vehicles? And he said, when the quality, the standard is better. How will the quality and standard be better if we are choking, if we are running them out of business? What support does the government have for the manufacturing industry? This is a country where products that are manufactured in Nigeria are more expensive than products that we import. You talk about quality. When will our automobile industry will grow in quality and durability if no investment are put in them? Who do you expect to buy their product in order for them to be able to grow? That is a question for him and the rest of the senators to answer. Please leave your comments if you share the same idea or the same mindset as myself. And he was asked that how come they are buying a Land Cruiser, and he said that is the vehicle we chose. How come, if I may ask, that the senators are the ones choosing their own vehicles? I would have thought that, given the RAMFAC guide directive, that the vehicle allocated to every senator would have been predetermined even before the senators comes into office, whereby they are told that this is the vehicle that is allocated to your office. And that is what happens in private sector. You don't go into an office and you tell your employer that that's the vehicle I want. No, that's not how it operates in the private sector. In the private sector, if your office is entitled or your position is entitled to a company car, your company tells you what type of car is allocated to that position. Not you telling your employers, I am entitled to, I want to get this vehicle. No. Your company tells you what car is allocated to your position, and they give you all the different bands. So it's up to you if you want to get a company car, or you take the cash equivalent and then go and get yourself a private vehicle, and you are responsible for the maintenance of that vehicle because you've decided to take the cash equivalent. Whereas if you decide to take the company car, your company is responsible for the maintenance of the car. And even in the private sector, you pay for the petrol that you use for your personal endeavors. And also, if you decide to downgrade your vehicle, say for instance you are eligible to a car allowance, a monthly car allowance of 1.5 million, and you decided to take a company car that is worth 1 million a month, then your company pays you the difference, which is 500,000 every month. So which means that you've downgraded the car that you are eligible for, you've downgraded it and gone to the band below your position. You are allowed to do that, but you are not allowed to upgrade to a vehicle that is in a band beyond your position. If you want that type of vehicle, then you have to take the cash equivalent of your position and then go and get it privately and pay the same amount to a private manufacturer, or you increase the amount that you pay to that manufacturers. It is not for your company to go and pay for a vehicle that you are not entitled to. And that is what is happening here. Because the senators, according to Sheun, in respect to RAMFAC advisory report, the senators are entitled to a vehicle that is worth less than 9 million naira. But what are they buying? They are buying a vehicle worth 140 million naira. How do you justify that? Forget about the current hardship, the current situation in this country. Forget about that. But how do you justify breaking the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution? Because the Nigerian Constitution empower RAMFAC to determine the salary, the allowance, and all payments to government officers, including the senators and the House of Representatives. And RAMFAC advisory report says that the senators are entitled to 8.1 million naira worth of vehicle, whereas House of Representatives are entitled to a vehicle worth 7.9 million. These are 400% of their salary. But what have those people done? They've done far beyond what the Constitution empowered them to do. And this senator is saying, do we have to trek? Or that he has driven vehicles worth that amount or even beyond in his private capacity. What are you doing here as a senator? If you cannot live a lifestyle that the Constitution says you should live as a senator, why are you serving? You cannot come to a public office and tell us that because my lifestyle is beyond what the Constitution provides for, the government has to provide that lifestyle for me, and disregard this Constitution, because that's what they are telling us. And this purchase is illegal. And I'm surprised that nothing is being done about it. Everyone is singing the wrongfulness of this act and nothing is happening. The Attorney General of the Federation is supposed to call these people to order. He is the officer of law, and the senators are breaking the law, and he's just quiet. And to say that this senator has been in governance over a decade and he doesn't have a clue as to where his powers originate from. Asking Sheun, is there a law against us buying this vehicle? There is a law against you buying the vehicle worth this amount. The fact that you don't know what you are entitled to under the Constitution is a shame and a disgrace to your office. These people campaign of being human rights advocates. They are trustworthy, they are straight, they are this. And look at what you're doing. Even take away the unconstitutionality of this act, morally, is it justifiable? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said the other day, we are all living under the same house or living in the same house, but we are in different rooms. That is a lie. We are not in the same house. We are in the same compound or on the same compound, but living in different houses. So we, the rest of Nigerians, we are in the boss quarter, where there is a roof leak, there is a drought, there is a mold on the wall, whereas the senators, the president, all of them in government, even the judiciary, the state governors and the House of legislators at the state level, they are all in the main mansion where all the amenities are provided for. And then they come out of their mansion. We come out of our boss quarters or boss quarter, and the compound is filthy. They use their Land Cruiser to drive over those filthiness. over the bad compound, and the rest of us just, walk on it, eat and cook around this filthiness. Because if we were all in the same house, the drought, the rain from the roof, because of the leakage in on the roof, the mold on the wall will be affecting everyone. Imagine people are starving. There is insecurity, and you are buying a vehicle worth 140 million. Morally, that is wrong. But in addition, they are breaking the law, and they don't see anything wrong with it. And this senator asking Shehu, what car does your CEO or chief executive officer drives? First of all, Channels is a private company. You cannot justify you driving a Land Cruiser or Prado by what a private company CEO drives. It's like asking, that what does Dangote drive? If Dangote can drive that vehicle, why can't we drive it? And he said the roads are bad. If the roads are bad, must we suffer for your failure, according to Shehu? You've been in the helm of government since 2011. What do you have to show that you've achieved? And you're saying that should we drive a car? Why can't you drive a car? Your vehicle or what you drive should not be determined by your status. It should be determined by what the Constitution, what Ramfac has directed. The 2027 election kicks off from today, because we are going to remember come 2027. It's not going to be business as usual. We know that INEC is not our friend. Now we know that no matter what promises INEC gives, that they will employ angel to transmit the results on a go in real time or X time. We will never believe INEC. Let INEC be doing their own thing. We are preparing to 2027. It's not going to be the same thing. We are not going to rely on any state agency. We will have our result from each different polling station and compare it to whatever INEC is going to release. We're not going to rely on INEC with their Beavers or Vivas or Ivers, whatever name they decide to adopt this time around. INEC is going to be in for a surprise, because far too long they have taken us for granted. Let them make their own electoral plans, and we, the citizens, will be making our own plans. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu understands that he is sat in a position that he is not entitled to. But the Supreme Court has rubber-stamped his position, and there is nothing we can do. 4 years is not forever. We will remember. We will definitely remember. Let them enjoy the next 3 years or 4 years. Election is around the corner. Preparation for 2027 starts today. And we are going to mobilize ourselves. And that brings me to the presidential aspirant for PDP. He's left this country now, and hopefully come back in 3 years' time to come and declare his interest to be the president of this country. He ran away to Dubai. Nigeria could have been Dubai of Africa. He was a vice president for how many years? He cannot live in this country, but he wants to be president of this country. These people are not ashamed of themselves. How many foreign leaders or aspiring leaders rose to Nigeria to come and stay in Nigeria? They are not ashamed of themselves. Both the ones, these politicians, both the one in government and the one waiting to come into government, they are not ashamed of themselves. Dubai, about 30-40 years ago, was a desert. Look at what it is today. And then we Nigerians are running to Dubai. to go and enjoy the lifestyle over there. Whereas this country could have been Dubai of Africa if not for the mismanagement, conniving, colluding with foreign agencies to siphon our wealth. As I said, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are on the borrowed times, because 2027 is just around the corner. You may have succeeded this time, but 2027, unless I don't even think he's eligible 2027 to contest, if by what we've seen, his school certificate, the criteria to contest for election, if not for INEC, he shouldn't have even he shouldn't have been eligible to contest for this election. From what we've seen, all the evidence that we've seen about the certificate that he brought, it's submitted. But INEC, with all the preaching that they preached, failed us woefully. We look at section 84 of the Nigerian Constitution. Section 84 of the Nigerian Constitution states, subsection 1, there shall be paid to the holders of the offices mentioned in this section such remuneration, salaries, and allowances as may be prescribed by the National Assembly, but not exceeding the amount as shall have been determined by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission. The remuneration, salaries, and allowance payable to the holders of the offices so mentioned shall be a charge upon the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation. The remuneration and salaries payable to the holders of the said offices and their condition of service other than allowances shall not be altered to their disadvantage after their appointment. The offices aforesaid are the office of the President, Vice President, Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice of the Supreme Court, President of the Court of Appeal, Justice of the Court of Appeal, Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Judge of the Federal High Court, Chief Judge and Judge of the High Court of the Federation, of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Chief Judge of a State, Judge of the High Court of a State. So basically, those are the names of the people that are protected by the recommendation report of RAMFAC in relation to allowances or even salary if you stretch it that far. But looking at what is happening, what is transpiring, that the recommendations of RAMFAC have not been adopted or passed into law by the Senate, and that is a conflict of interest, because RAMFAC is determining the salaries that the Senate should be entitled to, and the Senate are the ones to ratify such a recommendation. And from my investigation over the last few years, I think the last time was, is it 2013 or 2015? I cannot just put my hand on it now. That is the last time that recommendations were passed on to the Senate, and they failed to ratify it. They failed to accept the recommendation of RAMFAC, even though RAMFAC is entitled or given the mandate to determine what their salary should be. And according to Shane, this is the last recommendation was 400% more than their salary, and still they are so greedy, so greedy, that if you give them the whole of Nigeria, they will still want more. That's what we found out, that these people, these government agencies and government bodies, they are all very stingy and morally corrupt. Yeah, please do leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, as I have already said, and make sure you hit the notification bell as well as when materials are being posted. And I hope you've enjoyed today's episode from Legal Connect. It is me, your anchor, as always, the anonymous lawyer, here to analyze and to debate that which is happening in Nigeria and happening to Nigerians. And I know that this period, it is difficult. We are now in the festive period. Christmas is just around the corner. This is an opportunity for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to show that he has the Nigerians at heart, because at the moment I don't believe he does. If we go by his analogy that we are all living in the same house but in different rooms. If we live in the same house, we should be enjoying the air condition and other amenities within that house. But because we are not enjoying it, it means that we are living in the bus quarter with the leaders in the main house. It is me again, and I just want to say thank you for listening and take care now. Goodbye. See you again soon. Bye bye.